make a killing here. If you're after gold, glory, or exotic needs, I'm your man.
Welcome on in everyone to Omens of Destruction. I'm Space Wizard Total War, and today we'll be starting up a brand new campaign as Golgfag Maneater of the Maneaters himself. Golgfag's latest bout of wanderlust has sent him to the northern Ostland in search of frozen fortunes and exotic meals. Because of course it does, we need us some gold and some meat. For our starting army here with Golgfag, we have his Maneaters himself, which are a kind of more elite version of the dual weapon ogre bulls. We've got the Iron Fist Maneaters, ogre bulls, of course, good old cheap and cheerful normal ogres. We got some pigback riders, a actually fairly decent early game anti-large squad of very goofy noblars, the normal noblars, and some lead belchers and a scrap launcher. So a pretty decent first armor here. Love me some lead belchers. Scrap launchers are a unit I haven't gotten to use that much of, so we'll have to see about learning a little bit here. For our faction effects with the Maneaters, we have access to mercenary contracts, allowing the Maneaters faction to be hired as mercenaries by other factions. Golgfag himself can instantly travel to the client's settlement, probably their capital, once per mercenary contract. We can't make alliances with any other factions because we are a pure mercenary. We have 5 additional melee attack when fighting against any contract armies for all of our armies, and we are going to be immune to psychology when fighting against a contract enemy as well, which is pretty awesome. You'll always have the upper hand, at least in theory, against who you are contracted to face. For Golgfag himself, we have 25% more post-battle loot, 20% less upkeep for all Maneater units, and Deadeye, which is a ranged attack where he pulls out his pistol, and he has 3 uses of, and as long as it's a single entity, he can give them a nice little love tap and send them on to the void, or just get them a little bit closer. I have been so very excited to get into these campaigns. Haven't been able to get into actually starting at any of the actual series just because I haven't had a build until now that is able to be compatible with launch, so let's get to it. We're starting in a single camp here between Ostland and Nordland. And then for our lore, more tales are told about Golgfag Maneater than any other ogre alive. Golgfag himself spins a great many of them. Yet there is much truth in the legend, for he has traveled the world far and wide with his cronies, imaginatively titled Golgfag's Maneaters, with whom he has gained widespread notoriety as a battle-hardened mercenary leader. In truth, Golgfag's adventures have won and lost him more fortunes than there are noblars in the hills. His title, Maneater, coined when he once ate his human paymaster whole and set off with his pay chest, is a misleading moniker, for he is not picky at all about what he eats. He actually doesn't like eat men all that much. He doesn't like the name because he is not the biggest fan of men. I think he likes halflings the most. I may be wrong there, but it's not men. Golgfag's wanderlust may have prevented him from becoming a great leader up till now, but with enough loot and renown, he may yet have his day. Quite. For our settings, we're playing on very hard difficulties, so we can still have the slow motion goodness. If we're playing on legend, like I would like to, we just lose access to the slow-mo camera, which is no fun. For our stats modifier, I always have this thing set to neutral. That way all of our units retain all of their normal identity, and we don't have any ogre bulls losing a one-on-one engagement every single time against maybe another unit of ogre bulls just because they have AI cheats. That is always the worst. For the Maneaters, we're also going to go ahead and get rid of in-game scenarios because it makes things funky. Actually, take it back. Let's go ahead and enable them. We're going to have specific ones, though, for the Maneaters, so let's make it things that are like the bad guys. The Biggest Waw, Vampiric Ascension, get this out of here, and the Will of the Shit, too. We'll have all of those trigger, and then that'll make it so that our allies are hiring us to help out with those scenarios. We'll have Ultimate Crisis, too. Let's have it trigger, let's say, turn 60 to turn 90. And that'll be a bit of fun. Enable Diplomacy. So this would allow us to have contracts with them, too, I think. And we're not worried about that. This is the settings we're rolling with. Let's begin our run as a mercenary captain. How exciting.
From the jungles of Lustria to the pirate-infested shanties of Fu Chao, there are few places in this world he hasn't crossed for fame and fortune. A mercenary without equal, A living legend. No job is too perilous, no deed too violent. Every contract has its price. But to feast on his enemies, that he does for free. Golgfag Maneater. His fame surpassed only by his appetite and thirst for ale and plunder.
Load up the meat. We've got a new job. New job, new start. Nice. So, who's doing the paying and who's doing the dying?
Let's find on out. I love the shark tooth banner or Golgfag. Actually, all of the new banners for the factions, except for the one for Skulltaker, I like quite a bit. The Skulltaker banner, I'm not the biggest fan of, but I know you have to have your brass and red color scheme on occasion. So for how they play the Maneaters, satisfy your greed for gold, loot, and other rewards by accepting mercenary contracts, requiring you to engage in hostilities on behalf of other factions. We'll be using meat harvested from our army's exploits to keep them fed, and increase combat effectiveness in turn, or send surpluses to the Great Maul in return for powerful advantages. I'll be building and expanding ogre camps at the cost of our army's meat stockpiles in return for higher tier buildings and other advantages over permanent settlements. I'll also be completing challenges with eligible characters to grant them big names, which come with various bonuses and abilities. And then lastly, we'll be completing bounties issued by other factions for military action against targeted characters, and settlements in return for rewards and improved diplomatic relations. Lovely. So let's go ahead and jump right on in. So there have been a few changes how the ogres work, and actually some pretty big ones. First of which being, of course, we've got this Iron Belly lad here, who is one of our butchers, and you can see he's a butcher of heaven. So the missing ogre lores of magic have been added on in. So I believe that was heavens and death that they were missing. So those have both been added on in, which is glorious, and that's both for the Slaughtermasters and for the butchers. The things that are added is that the big names, now you can have all of them active at the same time, so you don't have to just choose one big name, so it's just a small name, I guess. Now it's actually a proper name. It can be Kingard, Stay Dead, or Brawler Guts, Longstrider, Oko Ironbelly, which, perfect. And they have done a little bit of a rework to how the big names actually work, so a little bit of a harder unlock requirement, so they say, and then they have changed the benefits they give too. So Kingard, for example, here for our Butcher, give us Resistance and Guardian after winning another battle with another hero, or a battle with another hero in your army. The Stay Deader, or here we need to, perfect name, we need to win a battle against any of the undead armies. That'll give us immune to psychology for all units, and then the Balefire passive, which turns them into a corpse cart. Okay, sure. Flaming magical attacks and fire resistance. Brawler Guts will give us hit points and armor after winning 5 battles. And the Longstrider, after we use a hero action, will gain higher chance of wounding enemies and hindering replenishment too. Good stuff. I also think they've added in a specialization tree here at rank 10. They may have already, but I don't remember this being here. So Tolerance to Toxins is Ward Save and Defense. Feast Master is Replenishment Rate for everyone in this army and Regeneration. And then last we have Befouler, so extra hindering replenishment, which is kind of a strange one, and then gives you poison attacks. Excellent stuff. Got Foe Seeker, Emissary, so they got Big Bellower. As long as they're out of melee, they're giving us more leadership, Winds of Magic, and the Dinner Bell ability. This Dinner Bell has a chance to explode in your face. How exciting. It's one of those. Here's the Maneater himself, wielding his great big mace and his bedazzled up cleaver. For his unique skills, we have the Experienced Killer. We got Been There, Done That as a passive, so everyone around him, as long as they cause terror, will be losing attack and just damage in general. We got the Maneater material, which will give us more root rank for our Maneaters, more attack, and causes terror for them as long as they're in his army. We got Iron Stomach, which will give us 10% less upkeep for the entire army, less replenishment rate, and immune to contact effects for himself. Fight, Loot, Eat, Repeat gives us a 20% more movement range after winning a battle, turning you into kind of a coordinate army yourself. More meat gain from battles, and more post-battle loot too. Mercenary of Renown gives us Unbreakable for Regiment's Renown units, a 5 additional attack for Regiment's Renown, 5 additional defense for them as well. We've also got Easy Come, Easy Go, so we have 3 random abilities via ancillaries at the start of each battle. These abilities will be lost after the battle, which is, I guess, one of the abilities he had on tabletop, where he couldn't actually bring any kind of magical items with him, but he did have just a group of them that you could select from every single battle you had. His big names are Barrel Crusher. We need to win a battle in a region with wine. That'll make him a rowdy and give him some resistances. Maneater, after winning a battle against humans, will give us more weapon strength, and then heals in melee when fighting humans. Delicious. Tail Spinner gives us Witness Me. So good chunky bit of resistance below 20% or 25% health, and extra with diplomatic relations. This is after winning a battle with 4 regiments renowned in this army. And then lastly, Seafarer, so we need to end our turn in full speed stance on the water, give us more movement range, and increase plunder from encounters at sea faction-wide. Very good big names. For his one and only magical item, we have Bugman's, 6x? The ogres know, just as the dwarves do, there's literally nothing so refreshing, or indeed regenerative, as a gigantic tankard brimming with Bugman's finest brew. We had a quest battle for that at rank 15, extra replenishment rate, vigor loss reduction, the ability Bugman's 6x, which gives you heals and vigor replenishment. Oh wow, that's incredible. But no one can be within 55 meters of you. That is a chunky heal, and it's not limited. So you can use it as many times as you want, sure. And 5 more leadership for everyone in the army because they get to watch him drink his ale, and they are all jealous. Glorious. Another thing that we have got changed here is our camps. So actually, camps have stances now where they can either raid, which gives you these bonuses, so a little bit of income, replenishment for armies in the circle of influence, and immune to most attrition. Which it looks like both of them do. But the end camp stance will actually give you more control and growth for the local province if you have any settlements gained in that territory, because your camps now do not have any kind of growth whatsoever. You upgrade them purely with meat. 400 meat to be example for her for example, for the upgrade just to the tribal campground. We get to start with a bullpen. We get ourselves a bruiser and a couple of early tier ogre units, but none of the man-eaters that he wants to roll with. So we do need to upgrade our camp up to tier 3. It's like before we can start getting any of the actual man-eater units. Yeah, they're over here with the bounty pot. So being that there is no control, there's been a little bit of, or not control, there's no growth, but a little bit of a change to how the spare tent works and some of the other buildings here. So the Gutstone's going to give us more income from raising and stacking, and also give us our Fire Belly. Feast table is going to be meat generated for everyone in that circle, and then more from the battles, and give us access to more butchers. The spare tent is going to give you upkeep reduction for everyone in the circle of influence, as well as recruitment cost reduction and recruitment capacity. We might as well go for what the actual max is. And then the bounty shack is your good old extra income generated, and then post-battle loot, and post-battle loot for all characters as well, not just in the circle of influence. Very good stuff. We are going to begin by actually spending some meat on the feast table. That way all of our armies in the area can generate some meat to send it back to the camps. So see, we have a store of meat here that we could then, if we were to send any from any of our armies, you will see they now have a meat stockpile here that is actually going to be counted as also a hunger meter for them. So as you are maintaining meat in this army, at certain tiers, you will gain more abilities. So dismember, the army abilities are actually tied to the amount of meat you have per army now. So if you're starving, you lose a good deal of stats as well as some upkeep and replenishment, which is awful. If you're famished, you gain the dismember ability, which then reworks slightly to be a damage over time as well as a speed drop, as well as gives you those bonuses that you used to get through the pre-battle feast. Second tier is going to be a little bit of upkeep reduction as well as the massacre ability, which I believe is exactly the same as it used to be. Just kind of a horn of corn for ogres, as well as increased buffs to speed, mass, and charge bonus. Lastly, at gluttonous, you get 10% less upkeep and the army ability Meat Feast. which is going to heal all allies on the map, and it recharge their vigor as well. It's an incredible ability. And then that maxes out your speed, unit mass, and charge bonus as well. We don't have any meat to send on back at the moment, but if we did, we'd definitely be doing so. We'll also have changes to how the offerings to the Great Maw work, where you have this table, where you've got options where you can have activating them, costs meat, and then costs a certain amount of meat every single turn. So if you have one active, it's going to cost you 20 meat from the start, and then 20 every single turn going forward. You can, if you have the stockpile, have all 4 of them active at once the entire time, which is pretty incredible. We are going to go strictly for the all-consuming stomachs, probably to start here. But let's first select our first mercenary contract. So before we get into any fights, you can see we have an Ostland army here and a Nordland army here. So we get to choose which one we are going to be starting off with. We come into our contracts. Ostland wants us to target Nordland, and they give us 4,200 gold. So they're mostly giving us gold. 4,200 gold, 11 at 90 meat. And we have to do, or you basically have to generate 250 client satisfaction in 6 turns. It basically just means fighting battles, killing leaders of the enemy faction, occupying or raising settlements, gifting them to your client, raiding, and hero actions will all build up that satisfaction, and as soon as you have enough, you can claim your rewards and select yourself a new contract. You only have one contract going at a time, so you want to pick and choose wisely. You're going to start helping out Ostland with their fight against Nordland, just because this ancillary here is not very good. Berger only giving us 1 control when we don't care about any kind of control with our camps seems foolish. So we're going to go for Ostland and make that serious Skrilla. This will result in breaking any of the treaties with the client's targets, and you'll be at war with them for the duration of the contract. All remaining available contracts this turn will be declined.
There's no gold. Choose a dinner.
Hello, Nordland. As they meet the Imperial delegation, the members of the company are confused as to why one of their numbers is a part of it. Later, it turns out it's not an ogre mercenary. Not an ogre mercenary dressed in scavenged human clothing, but an actual denizen of the Empire. It's unclear whether his presence would predispose them towards or against the offer they're about to receive. Okay then. And now, once we finish the job, we'll have 5,000 more gold on top of whatever we gain for winning. Some ogres are content to get a contract, earn some coin, and then wander off into the sunset. Experience tells you that meeting and exceeding the client's expectations always brings the greatest rewards. Alright, Ostlanders. I shall help you in your fight.
More gold.
Exactly.
Wonder at Golgfag.
And I do want to activate one of these offers. So we will simply go for... Feasting Frenzy sounds awesome. Effect range everyone on the map. Or movement's also great. Let's go for Feasting Frenzy. Beat the smack out of this first army here. We send that meat on back and you'll see this is active. And this is active until we choose to deactivate it. But you can't do it the same turn that you activated it. So if you make a mistake, you're going to have to live with it.
Mercenary Lord.
The Maw is not a forgiving god. You also see a change to our technology tree. A good old rework. We have the Tribes tab, which actually is in the shape of a tent. This tab is going to be all about improving your economy, camps, and settlements. And then also you have your Hordes tab, which is going to be in the shape of a, I guess not the stone horde, it's in the shape of one of the gut plates. And technologies in this section are focused around improving your armies. Nice and simple. This side is ogres and artillery and ogre, well, yeah, anything that's an ogre and your big artillery. And this side is going to be all your beasties and your noblars. You're going to come in and grab the dinner gong. Well, we don't actually have any settlements that need growth at the moment. We have camps. So we're just a camp huddle so we can have even more camps. No, I think we're going to start off with military then. Stringy tendons. Melee defense for Noblars and Pigback Riders. Making them faster will allow them to actually keep up with the ogres, which I think is a good idea. So go for Stringy Tendons into probably busy work here.
You lot is getting better.
You lot is getting better. Alright, Nathan. Prepare your cheeks. Golgfag's on the way. And you were bringing a couple of Empire Knights. And so a couple of Empire Knights, great swords, crossbows, and then just your normal Empire soldiers, meat for the pot. And then Nathan here, the named drumstick himself. Glorious. Let's get the fry pots fired on up, lads. Alright, let's get to it. So we shall start deployment. And we'll get everyone deployed, and then I'll go ahead and show off what we got here. We will do big bag riders, of course, guarding the flanks, normal Noblars in the center, spread them out a little bit here, that way we can charge around and through them with our ogres. Yes, this faction's all about using the good old school Roxagore, Skink, or Troll Goblin combo, but with the ogres and their Noblars. I'm gonna probably put you off the flank. Old lead belchers. And then the scrap launcher can take this side too. We'll basically have both of our aggressive range units going after the Empire Knights to start, and then rotate for the crossbows. Metal Maneaters. Golgfag's boys, you defend our lead belchers. We'll have Golgfag himself defending them, and then we'll have the Celestial Butcher in with all the Noblars. Take a look at our units here. So far, I'm absolutely loving the piggyback riders. They've got a shield, which your normal Noblars don't. They still have terrible armor. They do at least have a bronze shield, and they've got 12 bonus for Slorge. It's actually pretty hefty. They're not going to do a whole lot of damage, but they will at least hold the line a bit better than your normal Noblars, because they have that shield and extra melee defense. Normal Noblars, you do get more of them, because all the guys, instead of being piggyback on top of one another, are all kind of deployed in a normal unit. But that's just what you get. Our Iron Fist Maneaters, which if you were playing ogres, anything that has an Iron Fist on it, the auto resolve likes quite a bit more than if it's just a normal. If you have the opportunity, get rid of your normal ogre bowls pretty quickly, or start replacing them with just your ogre bowls with Iron Fist, and your auto resolve is going to be quite a bit kinder to you. Normal ogre bowls are great. They struggle a lot if they get shot at, and the computer tends to keep that in mind. Here's our Rhinox drawn scrap launcher. Artillery chair, they're actually pretty decent at defending themselves too. They don't like to, but if they absolutely have no choice, they can defend themselves and get out of combat pretty easily just because they have that Rhinox, or at least easier than your normal artillery. Got your lead belchers, your handheld cannon launchers. My favorite, or at least previous favorite, of the generic base game vanilla ogres. Here you got your Maneaters. If you haven't seen my Golgfag battle previously, we released it a couple days ago by now. Oh, I didn't realize these are bones. These guys are my favorite ones here, with the ones with the curved horns. I wish we had a couple more variants for the Maneaters that have been followed at Golgfag all over the world, but they still look great. Here's Big Sharktooth Banner himself. The premier military. Oh, that's a weapon holder this whole time? Surely not. It's gotta be for extra damage. Alright, well let's dive into the fight. Before we do, as per usual here, we'll go ahead and take a look at our graphic settings. Go ahead and pause if you'd like to keep looking further. We're gonna dive back to it. Let's get you two in guard mode, and then all of you in guard mode as well. That we're not having any goofiness. And let it begin. Alright, and the Heaven's Butcher looks identical to the Death one. So this is how that will be looking. It's pretty horrifying. Slow you down, that way it's actually easier to see what's going on here. Yeah, he's had a rough go of things. Replaced his jaw with a metal one so he can eat. Can tear and rip that much easier. Didn't march the ogres. Nothing about traveling like this seems Seems like a good idea. They do have double the stab us though, so both bonus versus large does make a good bit of sense. They're gonna choose to advance. Because I don't have to actually move up any further. I'll have the scrap launcher go after Frostbowman. Already did a good deal of damage with those great swords.
Whatever the master wants. Golgfag Maneater.
After the same group of great swords.
Battle!
I love your deep blue and yellow color scheme here, but it's not going to keep you safe. In fact, we know exactly where you're at. Well, scrap launcher, give him another vault. Oh, maybe not. Is having to advance. Oh, there it goes. I'm sorry. What was that? Are they dodging, or are they trying to dodge the artillery? I guess they are. You're lucky my scrap launcher is shooting at the wrong target here. There it goes. Those knights are going to be too fast. Alright, fair enough. Let's start blasting apart this elite swordsman group then. Maybe we'll have the Maneaters. Iron Fist Maneaters and Pigbacks can combo up on those Empire Knights pretty effectively.
Biggest in the tribe. Yes, boss.
More scrap away. Oh, they got lucky. Just clipped him a little bit there. They advance slowly. Go ahead and have the rest of the crew start moving up ourselves. That way we're not getting our lead belchers caught.
Golgfag the legend. Glorious.
I'm having you guys blast apart those crossbows. You do the same to the other group of crossbows. Big Bad Riders in. Buff up the Maneater's damage. As soon as they get caught, I have all these ogres here move in and smash them. Trap launcher, keep going for it. Get the slow-mo here. Actually, Golgfag has the feasting frenzy for the whole squad, and then we can go for the pistol shot. I think let's get the slow-mo pistol shot. That sounds perfect. Boys is hungry. Gives him one more swing on the way through. Golgfag will get lined on up. I don't even really know who the Lord is. Oh, there he is. You're lined up. There he goes. Puts the mace down. Pistol out. Oh no, he didn't get to it. Let's get out of slow-mo here. Going after the lead belchers.
Like the sound of that.
Oh, the sound of that.
Butcher 'em. Gush out, boys.
Oh no. Lead belchers are in trouble.
Golgfag Maneater.
Oh, they should have just charged. Trying to be squirrely with it made him lose a couple more models. Come on, pigbacks. Now they're going for the cycle charge. Fair enough.
Golgfag Maneater.
Golgfag, you smashed it here. We'll bring the Maneaters through themselves. These pigback riders. Gonna tie up some more swordsmen.
Hungry. After me.
Alright, thank goodness the pigback riders caught them, so the lead belchers can blast on away. Also, thank goodness the AI decided to be goofy there and try to zigzag their way in. Ooh, that's nasty. Blasted that guy right off his horse.
Golgfag's Maneater.
I think your Maneaters are having a little bit of trouble.
Maneater. The old world is our dish.
The old world is our dish. You guys blast here. We'll let the lead belchers tenderize whoever's left. Now we're up the Maneaters once more. There we go. That gets rid of those stinking nags. The old double smash. Now he's gonna run for the hills. Let's see if we can speed things up. No, calm down. I want to shoot him with the pistol. Really badly. Right, so take it off of full speed.
I's got powers.
Oh, wait. That's messed up. Put it on normal play and he didn't even hit him.
Inside.
Oh, he's got powers. We're gonna run down to the rest of these humans here and I'll put you all in a moment. Pretty glorious first victory there against at least a stronger first army than you're normally fighting. Nathan tossed in the pot. Ooh, the cannibal totem. 10 more attack, 10% more weapon strength. Sold. This can go to the boys. And we'll go ahead and process these boys for meat. Looks like there's meat for the pot. How exciting. We've unlocked the Maneater big name, because of course we have the cannibal totem as well. And then, you can see we've got a lot more meat now, and that's actually filling us up to the Ravenous tier now. So we have a little bit of upkeep production, as well as a couple more army abilities. We are going to go ahead and grab a Route Marcher to start.
Legendary plunderer.
We replenish troops for the Iron Belly.
Tyrant of the tribe.
I'd really like to spend some more meat making things better here. But we're always going to need the extra income.
My legend
The Gutstone will get us up to the Fire Belly, though. And plus, we could get the Pack Cave to get some actual fast movers, which we do need. So we'll go ahead and grab the Pack Cave for the fast movers and the Hunter eventually. We'll go ahead and grab the loot pile, too, that way we can actually afford the grabbing. And lastly,
That's what I want.
come to the cave itself and recruit ourselves a new Paymaster Lord type. I'm never going to use the Tyrants over the Paymasters. Tyrants way good at bonking lads on the head, but Paymasters are your support Lord, and as a support Ogre is still incredible in combat. So we've got Dodluck for 20% more meat gain, Furt Drag the Deboner.
Paymaster.
We are going to make you the Kevin for this campaign. So you are Kevin.
Dogs are loyal to coin.
Dogs are loyal. What is going to be your moniker there, Kevin? Kevin. Oh, I'll let you all think of a name for him. It's going to have something to do with coins and paymasters. For now, we're just going to call him Kevin, and he'll have a full name later on. That way I'm not sitting here and just dirtling for the next 40 minutes thinking of a name and failing.
New sights.
So, good old Kevin can't move from now, so we'll go ahead and put him in march. But we'll show you off what the paymaster looks like. He's got this lovely bladed mail fist and a chain mace, because of course you do. Of course, he's covered in boxes all over. And oh, this one doesn't have an Abacus Noblar. You gotta have your Abacus Noblar. Otherwise, how you get to keep count? Paymaster has himself your normal skills, of course, and then for his unique tree, we've got the Cash Cascade, which will be an activated ability where coins will rain down on the map, and it'll give us a nice bit of charge bonus, melee attack, and leadership for all allies in that range for 30 seconds. Earn your pay, drops upkeep, it gives us more post-battle loot. Protect the war chest gives him physical resistance and a stock. If they get to me, then none of you is getting paid. Keep me safe and hidden. Stock for him, that's awesome. Performance bonuses, so everyone in this army, as long as they are above rank 7, will have more attack, defense, and weapon strength. Then lastly, the Master of Coin gives us a duration reduction, or sorry, a duration increase to Cash Cascade, and, I'm saying it wrong, it gives you longer duration on Cash Cascade and Headhunt, as well as a cooldown reduction for them, which is awesome. You will also have a specialization for your Paymasters, which is either First Dibs, giving them more armor and armor-piercing damage. So you got First Dibs on weapons and armor. Impressive Wealth gives us recruitment cost reduction, recruit rank, and recruitment capacity for the local region. And then Keep Walking is movement range and vigor loss, which is probably what everyone is going to use for them. Movement range and vigor loss for the whole army is always so good. Great. And then actually there's one more skill tree for us to look at. Your Tyrants that are in charge of the camps actually now have a skill tree. Also, you're able to recruit any of the units that you recruit to your camps. You're not able to pull out of the camps at this point. I'm not sure if that's intended or it's a bug currently, but if you recruit up any of your units into a camp, you can't do anything about them. They're stuck there. They are the defenders of that camp. But the tyrants have a tree that is the same as your normal tyrant, but they have, instead of your I'm not sure exactly what abilities this would be in its place, but you have camp in here, so you generate some meat. The better camping, so all the horde buildings are going to be a little bit less expensive. And then I think you also got Master of Meat. So you get even more meat gain from battles in that circle of influence by 150%. The blue line is absolutely the first thing you want to use or go for with your camp tyrants. These three were the specializations that I think were always available for your tyrants, but this Tithe Taker is absolutely the way. Meat generated income from raiding. Absolutely. Okay. Well, we've gone through a lot of the new stuffs. Let's go smash Norden. We need some more meat for the camp.
Time to kill.
Time to kill. Alright, 10 Winds of Magic. I'm not going to do any channeling, because channeling, I believe, is still broken. And if it's not, I'm not going to risk it. Scrap Launcher on the hill.
When do we eat?
Blood Belchers on this flank. I'm going to go ahead and do...
Golgfag's mercs.
Exactly. Golgfag's mercs. They go on that side. Pull the other troops to here. Golgfag to stop anyone from getting to our cannon crews. And that should be the beginning of the battle. We'll just advance everyone here.
Golgfag Maneater.
Artillery, you just go after the crossbows. That's your one and only job.
Golgfag's Maneater.
We can't use his pistol here against these guys.
Odds against the tribe.
No, they definitely don't. Especially once we have the Blood Vultures. Oh, I wish there was destruction of buildings. Maybe one day. Scrap launchers do leave a bit to be desired in terms of actual accuracy there. Not sure where you're going. Fall back. We should have used the iron fist to stop these guys, but they're all caught up in a bad spot. We'll go ahead and... Where's the scrap launcher going? No one knows.
Golgfag Maneater.
Give him a good old charge. You charge here, we'll let the Noblars hit these guys. And we'll just send you in to match the same group. In my god.
Golgfag's mercs.
Did we lose one of them? They take some damage, but they're charging in there. They'll crunch that group of boys up. Oh, there's one back here in the spears. That's not lovely. Scrap launcher giving the business. Yeah, explodes them nicely. This whole group of Humies is done. Combination of Noblars and Ogres is usually too much for them. And Nordland is struggling so far. Not sure why Toslin and Nordland are fighting, but hey, we get to benefit. I'm gonna run down as many of these guys as we can and catch you in a moment. Alright, 18 of our own fall in the fighting. That better be nothing but Noblars. Looks like a couple of the bulls went down. They were always weak anyway. We could gift that to the client for a lot of gold. We don't get to get any meat, though. We wouldn't really be generating that much from sacking the settlement, all things considered, though. So let's go ahead and gift this to Oslin.
This is paid for.
And little does Oslin know that as soon as we complete their contract, we can then turn around and betray them. Oh no. Yeah, start working our way towards Zalzanmund here. And the cool thing with the camps is now you can choose to pack them up at any point in time, and then you can use this button to deploy them anywhere else after 5 turns. So it's very quick and easy to kind of pack up camps and move them around the map, and you actually can move them around the map now, so that keeps all the stuff here to just kind of pack this all up, and you move on your way.
Throw a feast in my honor.
Throw a feast. We're gonna have you keep raiding.
This'll be good. Want gold? Come with me.
Want gold? We don't get the extra recruitment until after we get the tent. So let's snag in something that's going to be impactful. We'll grab the Iron Fists. Check back on your next turn for new contracts. So we shall.
Mercenary Lord.
Cannibal Totem we've already got equipped. We don't need growth. So I actually think we're going to make just Golgfag a stronger leader to start here. We'll go Inspiring Presence up to Unstoppable Force. Then we'll make his Maneater stronger.
Golgfag the Legend.
The Legend. Real excited. He starts with a Heavens Caster. So much stronger than some of the others. We've got 261 meat here. If we come on into the camp, or I'm sorry, we come on into Golgfag himself, won't be able to transfer that much of it, but still can. You can see it goes down in the tier, and we'll just kind of drop it to about, say, about 100. We just need above 50 to be not starving, and that's really the only thing I necessarily care about. Dismember is a very, very good ability. Only having that one works for me. I will go ahead and transfer that. It does cost a bit of gold to do so. And now the Northern camp is actually able to start filling back up with... Well, that's not them. They're able to start filling back up with meat. We'll do the same thing here with Kevin, who doesn't actually need any real meat for himself right now. Get all the way down to... Well, let's keep it 10 left. There we go. 200 meat for the Northern camp. And should we desire, we can come in here and get some more upgrades. I actually think it's a good idea to get at least the first base level of the things you want, because as you upgrade it for the tribal campground, it doesn't really give you that much more benefits. It's mostly benefits for those around you trying to recruit your mercenaries, and then also so you can get the higher tier buildings as well. But in the early game, when you kind of get a little bit of a foothold, so we will go ahead and grab the Spirit Tent, and then also the Gutstone. And we'll chill out on spinning meat. All the rest of our meat we'll throw back in here and get ready to upgrade the camp. Anyone else willing to give us any gold? Nah, nothing I care about right now. So therefore, we end the turn. As rich as Goldtooth, huh? Gotta be careful who hears that. Alright, the Ungol Kindred are gone. We finished our feast table and our loot pile, so now both these armies will be generating 4 food a turn, or meat a turn, which is awesome. Oh, we can't quite reach Salzamund. So we'll go ahead and drop into a raiding stance. Oh, we're raiding from our current allies. I mean, not my fault. We are using a lot of meat, so I'm actually going to go ahead and just cancel this offering. Because we need the meat for upgrading our camps at the moment. Send Kevin join in Golgfag, if we got to be careful about. Stay next to Norden then, that way since he can't join that effectively. I'm going to have Glog do the recruiting.
More meat for my grinder.
More meat. Some Iron Fists to help out with the kind of auto-resolve nonsense.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. Oh, Theldric's gonna stick in and hold the line. What if instead of raiding, we do some ambushing? It is sneaky business. We have a high chance of doing it right here. We would just have to put ourselves in kind of a dangerous spot, which I think is just fine. Yeah, go away. Camp Tyrant Glog, you are now good at camping. Get ready to some more meat.
Touch it.
No one else touch it.
Don't give loads.
Alright. No recruitment this turn, which is a little bit concerning, but we should be able to take down Theodric. Alright, the Dragina Enclave has been destroyed as well. That was rather fast. Our stringy tendons are done though. Well, it's not unheard of. Ogres don't often eat their Noblar workers because they are too stringy. Silver lining that puts most Noblar's minds at ease, even though they do eat them when they're quite hungry. Leadership for Noblar's Bigback Riders as well as more melee defense. Now we have our first bounties issued. We've got Takendorf, go after Crudenwald, give us some treasury and diplomatic relations with the Fecundites, as well as the Wailing Banner. Had God place. We take down Brass Keep. We get meat for Kevin, 2,500 treasury, and some relations with Auckland. Oh, we have 3 of them. What's going on here? Occupy Salzenmund for Osland. How much territory? They still have Dieterschaffen, so we can claim this without causing too many issues. They are set up with crossbows, though, and halberdiers, too.
Need dust. I go where the gold.
You were to attack would awesome. Exactly what we want to see. We'll have Kevin. Let's see. The problem is on Theodric's next turn, he's gonna outnumber us by a hefty margin. Let's go ahead and grab those blood vultures. I'm gonna keep Golgfag here in an ambush stance.
No.
Hopefully we have the numbers.
Want everything.
Big Skull Glog.
Because I said so.
Fair enough. We'll give you better camp and drop up the costs on upgrading our camp buildings. We can get a bruiser.
The boss.
And a hunter. Awesome. So we got Drunk Bat the Farter, Weapon Master, or Rugog the Flabby. I'm thinking the armor is going to be the way here. Attack. Yeah, let's go Rugog the armor and Jonky. And then this, and we'll go ahead and grab us a hunter too. We got the Big Daddy, Intelligent, or the Tough. Well, you know what it's got to be then.
Ogre Hunter.
Big Daddy Crud.
I'll find a shortcut.
I said no.
Oh, said no.
Tyrant. Bruiser.
We'll bring them on over. Unfortunately, we didn't get them before now. I should have taken a quicker look, but catch Theodric in an ambush. That should complete our contract here. I do want to claim Salzenmund, that way we can get the bounty done. For taking a dwarf here, gives us camp construction costs by 10% reduction. This isn't it just getting us a little bit of goodies. We can just decline this bounty. Get out of here, you. See what we get next turn.
Golgfag.
And Golgfag, we gotta have you start doing some.
Get me more bodies.
You got this. Come on, Theodric, come have a fight.
Won't stop.
Alright, so he actually managed to avoid Golgfag and attack Kevin. That's alright. He arrives in 2 minutes, which is a little bit concerning. But thankfully, no cav here and just a bunch of spearmen means that we can just focus fire the crossbows down and then the archers, and then from there it's just a feast. Let's get to it. Alright, smallest of jump cuts. I jumped up to go see if there was any coffee left, and turns out there was not, so by the time I'm done making some, the battle is... we're behind them. Makes things weird. Alright, start deployment. Go ahead and throw our paymaster in the woods, and let's get the battle started.
Get over there and turn around me.
So they're all spread out looking for him. Go ahead. He's got the Headhunter ability, which allows you to drop missile resistance and melee defense for a single unit as long as they are a lord or hero. It allows you to drag them down quite quickly. Well, they're definitely scouting to figure out where he's at. He can avoid halberdiers forever, though, and if these guys are isolated, we can just crunch them. That's perfect. We'll speed this up. They are likely to find him eventually, so let's go ahead and bring him through the woods a little bit further. How long? 58 seconds. Back to full speed. Looks like they are traveling the hypotenuse where he's at, so let's go ahead and come back. Let's see if they react the same way. Crossbows, you're about to get obliterated. Alright, I mean, you're free and clear now. Let's head on out. There's no cav here at all. Oh no, they spotted one of my units. Those crossbows, I'm not sure why you just sacrificed them like that. That's one of your main damage, options against me. Get 'em, boys! Now we can't even allow me to single volley off, just crush them.
Rampage this way!
Gonna run these clowns down, and then you start firing on these archers. Hooray. Obliterated that group of crossbows.
Lead belters!
Belchers come over the top, start taking out some of those spear teams. Going gut first. Right into pigs. Well, I mean, there's something deeply wrong with the Noblars. We probably already knew this, but oh yeah, that's called friendly fire damage, and we love to see it.
Follow the Moor's call.
Come off to the side a little bit more here.
Gnawing hunger. Butcher 'em.
I like keeping the Butcher with the Noblars because they can buff them up nicely. And you stay here behind the Noblars as well. Normal Ogre Bulls. Well, you can turn around and smack these guys down. Keep the Maneaters nearby. They should just eviscerate that group. In fact, we'll go ahead and drop this to further weaken them. Out to the side. Take back Noblars, your job is these crossbows. Go get them bogged down. Let's get them. Oh, he's got powers. Ooh, real good hit on those crossbows. Pistol shot away. And you missed again, Mr. Maneater.
It must be done. Prepare the meat.
Alright, we'll have you guys smash in here on those halberds. Not a super exciting job for you, but someone's got to do it.
Servant of the Moor. The butcher will.
You guys should obliterate this leader here.
When do we eat?
He has lots of friendly fire damage. Lead Belchers come in there, you guys should be able to crunch them. Scrap launcher, here's your target. Now the halberds. Halberds are pretty dangerous. Yeah, I forgot to hit the Paymaster ability here. Best rates around. Slow and weaken here.
Rain of stabbies!
Rain the stabbies!
Meal time.
Keep pursuing, we'll keep these guys moving around too. Nice shots there, Lead Belchers, nice shots.
Take it all.
Golgfag bringing the pain. Oh, you just obliterated that group. And now it's a feast. But we do need to keep our bulls moving, otherwise those spears will drag them down pretty quickly.
Moor's on our side.
Because of the chariot, it has weird. You can't really do the alt fire very well with. Oh, you guys should have been coming on back. Just fire over the top of the Noblars. Well done, Maneaters. Well, let's smash into the back of these spearmen. These swords here. They are eviscerating my poor normal Noblars. Oh look, friends. Now we can fill our guts for some time here. I'm gonna go ahead and chase down the rest of these. Actually, I'll show you how the new Dismember looks properly. I've been clicking it left and right here, but that's how it's gonna look for them. Because they're losing, getting their Achilles tendon sliced on out. Alright, catch you in a moment. Alright, very fun win, and it's actually a little bit strange how similar this is going to my my fun run I did just for myself in my own testing, where I went after Oslin instead, but still a very, very similar start here. We're gonna go ahead and grab the extra meat force. Oh, we get to attack them again? Don't mind if I do. We lost a lot that time. Good grief. Thanks, Codius. You're the best. Alright, Talisman of Preservation gives us 16% ward save from Golgfag already, really. I'm here for it. Now, to issue, take Grudenwald again, huh? That's funny. We declined it, they're like, well, how about this turn? Maybe now? Do you want to blow them up? Not really, actually. I can't lie. Let's give this Scepter of Stability over to
Golgfag.
Oko. That's pretty meh. And you have to use it kind of reactionarily too, so you've already taken a little bit of damage. It's very meh. Let's go for Uranus Thunderbolt for disrupting archer formations.
Golgfag the Legend.
And then we can give the Legend his Unstoppable Force.
Paymaster.
Paymaster needs to be able to keep up with us.
Time for
Now he's got the Blood Vultures rolling.
New sights.
Which Blood Vultures are pretty great. Looks like I think they've lost a little bit of their melee attack from
To not fight.
from the last couple builds, but that's all right. They also have the Carrion Frenzy ability, so as things are dying nearby, friendly or foe, we'll be gaining more melee attack up to plus 20, which is pretty great. You just keep them hovering around the battles for a little bit, especially for that initial ogre charge. Let that bloodlust start kicking in, and then you dive them in. All right, Salzenmund. So what is the mission we have for Salzenmund? Is it just sack it? Oop, that is our actual bounties. Capture and occupy it. We can do that and then sell it to Osland for a good bit of money. Or I've got an even funnier idea.
Legendary
Golgfag in. Yes, a Pyrrhic victory. It would be a siege battle, and ogres tend to not like. At least ogres don't tend to enjoy auto-resolve very much, so you have to do things to fix it. Pass out those Blood Vultures. And then, do we want to do any offers to the Great Maw? Feasting Frenzy is pretty good, but it costs more meat than I'm willing to spend right now. I'll send about 159 meat back to the Norden camp. Yoink. And then we charge here into Salzenmund. We really need these heroes to get over here, so you guys come both join up with Golgfag. I'll find a shortcut. Run the Man Taster and Rugog. Also probably Taster of Men.
I'm the boss.
See now, 8 meat generated is incredible.
Might need a heavier club.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and upgrade the Feast Yurt. And we'll try to keep the armies either nearby here or try to, basically after fighting this one, we're going to call the contract complete. See if we can't grab one and then go back after Osterland as well. Alright, Nordland. Prepare thine cheeks. For a siege. I guess Salzenmund. I try to rotate my coffee mug here without making all of the noise. Oh, I just shattered my wrist instead. Let's do this. Alright, so one of the things you will notice is that the ogres actually have mostly lost their ability to crack walls. And actually, most of your ogre bulls are no longer siege attackers either. So only specific ogres now have access to either wall breaker or siege attacker, so it's mostly going to be your lords and your heroes. So I want to keep that in mind. We will use basically Golgfag and Oko both, just crack down different sections of the wall here. You do still also have the Stone Shatter. You only have 3 of them though, instead of what you previously did. And I think it also takes a little bit longer on the cooldown, where I think it was like a 90-second cooldown previously. They added an additional 30 to make it a little bit less overwhelming. Ogres tend to not care about walls at all. At least they didn't used to. Now they care a little bit more. So Iron Fists up front. Basically we'll have Golgfag and the other wall breakers behind them. We will let them absorb those shots with their shields. Same thing here with these pigback riders and the normal Noblars. We'll have them. I don't know. There's not a lot of great uses for the Noblars until the walls come down, and then we'll have the normal bulls and Gold's boys in here. I think I'm gonna deploy Gold's boys way over here and convince the enemy that that's something they should be worried about. Yeah, let's take a look at our vultures. I'm gonna have land some of them so you can see what they look like both ways. They are basically just carrion that are not mummified. But the unit that absolutely makes sense. These guys look a little bit cold. Flat flapping around up in the air, this is what they would be looking like. You can see they are almost identical to carrion. They throw feathers and stuff out instead of dust and wrappings. Those creepy scarab beetles that rip all your skin off in a couple seconds. Onward to the fight. I do want to get everyone actually grouped up here for a siege battle, though. So, expendables, normal ogres, artillery and missiles, and then they're now out of guard mode, and then our flyers. Let it begin. You just go for those crossbows. I'm going to deal with the fort firing on us for a moment, because I want these crossbows to start filing off the walls. Lead belchers move up the blast at the gatehouse. They're choosing to fire at our Noblars, which is perfect. Ooh. You are really inaccurate. That's crazy. They're not really worried about the Maneaters on this side, so let's go ahead and just send them in to start knocking down the gatehouse then. They'll be worried one way. Booker Bulls are taking a majority of those javelin shots. Alright, then we'll Stone Shatter. Those crossbows already took some damage, we'll go ahead and get these guys then. Those walls come down, so do the crossbow. Men on top, we'll bring everyone else in. We'll send the Noblars into the gap. Golgfag start knocking down the walls there, and then we'll have the Iron Fist go set up over here instead. They're nearly through the gatehouse, just taking them a fair bit of time, honestly. Alright, now the Blood Vultures, let's have them start mopping up any of the crossbows that are a little bit further away. Start dropping the lightning on the grouped up guys now, too. That's perfect. Provided they don't move. You use Thunderbolt. Oh, it's super effective. Let's go ahead and maul the guys on the walls here. A little bit scared we're going to hit the spots we don't want to. Yeah, they won't fire, which is a little bit obnoxious. Reinforcements are here. Paymaster, get in there. Piggyback riders. Can't wait, boss. Alright, crows, get off the wall there. Their melee attack has not been improved yet. Let's have them go take down this group of crossbows. That's a huge blob for another Uranus Thunderbolt. Not good if we hit our own carrion. Now we'll drop them in. Alright, sweet. Lead Belchers, advance. We got another Stone Shatter. Let's go ahead and use that here. And we'll go ahead and have Golgfag charge in here with the caster. Try to get the vultures out of battle for a moment here. Get them all back up in the sky. Powering on in. Charge through there, Noblars. The Lead Belchers all the way in. Carrying away from combat. Perfect. Blood Vultures up to 50 attack. They're closing in on Coronate Furies with that that initial blast of damage there. Joinies. Joinies. Have you keep moving through. Let's power up the vultures once more. Have them go after these spearmen. As soon as they're broken, they can keep and harvest up that extra melee attack there. So how many are they getting additional? Oh, they're already up to 100%. Wow, okay. I guess all the death of the Noblars has been extremely beneficial for them. Get in there. We'll go ahead and drop the Dismember on these crossbows and try to scare them off a bit faster. Drop one more lightning bolt here. Let's not fire into our own group. Let's just turn and shoot these spears, please.
Oh, yes.
Scrap launcher wasn't as useful here.
Golgfag Maneater. Yes.
Bring in our super vultures, let them maul these poor swordsmen. And they have modified Scrag a bit, so he actually is going to reduce upkeep and actually buff up quite a bit of your more feral units now. So the Yetis and your blood vultures and stuff like that. That looks like a victory for us. There it is. Golgfag's boys still aren't through the gates over there, so it's really not worth it trying to send your ogres to knock down any of the walls. We are going to harvest as much of this meat as we can. Chicken nuggets try to run from us, and I say no. Get your moment.
Stomping and
Alright, decisive victory was acquired as well. 62 additional meat. Glorious. We only lost 38 in the fighting. And that lets us purge the week. We don't want to gift this to the climate. We want to... The client. I want to sack it first. Since we're not going to end up keeping it anyway, we'll go ahead and sack Salzamund. A satisfied client. Oh, Brawler Guts. Oko has unlocked Brawler Guts because we've won several battles in a row. We've got a satisfied client. It's going to stay active until it's and grant its core rewards and once the contract duration ends, or if it's ended via the Mercenary Contracts panel. Any further client satisfaction gain beyond this point will be earned as immediate bonus treasury.
Golgfag Maneater.
Alright, alright. We may just make Golgfag an absolute monster. Although Bestitas is going to do what? Extra melee attack and defense. That's pretty useful.
Wonder
I've really seen him have any issues in fights. His ogres, however, could always use additional benefits.
Hey, Master.
Hi, Master. Let's go ahead and have you be an inspiring presence as well.
New tools for my work.
New tools.
Let's
Let's have you take it down there. Let's see, how much movement does Golgfag have left? Enough to camp up is perfect. Kevin, you go ahead and take down Salzamund. We will go ahead and loot and occupy it.
If this can carry it, grab it.
Let me get one additional drumstick. This is 25,000 treasury and a little bit of meat construction cost reduction for our camps. How awesome.
Mercenary Lord.
We do need to send some of this meat on back. Pretty much as we can afford to. As long as we're above 69, we're not starving. Let's keep it here. Then 114 will drop us down to 100 next turn. Send 272 back to the Norden camp. And for Kevin, he can pretty much send everything. Just send it. Oh. Not sure how much you consume a turn, so let's go ahead and drop it back. There we go. Norden camp's got serious meat now. Should be able to. Stop the camp real quick. Yeah, so we should be able to go ahead and upgrade up to a tribal campground, which let's go ahead and do so. We'll handle the income issues soon. So since Golgfag does have the vultures, we'll have you join. I bet you the hunters now have access to some goodies for the vultures too. So Run Whip to Pack is now for all of your feral units. Oh yeah, no, I need to get a Scrag, the Slaughterer, and Hunter army going. That's going to be monstrous. Vanguard deployment for all of your beasts, speed and stalk for all of your beasts, upkeep, recruitment cost reduction, and recruit rank for all of your beasts. of course, Beastmaster. So Frenzy for all. Imagine Frenzy on these guys who already have almost a Frenzy like. Yeah, they're double Frenzy power is what that is, and 10% more weapon strength too. Then Savage Predators is 5 additional bonus to be large for all of your Saber Tusks, and then Savage Predators lets you summon some. Perfect. Oh yeah, no, this gives me some awesome ideas. Oh yeah, Crud, what's your big names? Belly Slapper. An ogre whose proclivity is for slapping his body, making his flesh ripple and repel the foe. Oh, we can use Unstoppable Force, or whatever it is from good old Dark Souls. A Longstrider. That's kind of lame. Mountain Taker is Snipe and Stalk. Oh, really? Mountain Talker. On a Stonehorn? Sneakiest Stonehorn. Beast Killer, more bonus for large, and missile strength.
Does someone need
I
much?
give you Unbreakable, more powder, so you can replenish ammo. That's awesome. And then black powder aplenty for lead belchers. Sounds good to me. Good old Brawler Guts just for more hit points and armor, and then the Belly Slapper passive on you as well. And ogres like slapping they tummies. It's tummy slapping time. I'm gonna go ahead and tell. Where's Crudenwald? I'll go attack Hawkland. Maybe. Well, here's the thing. So we've got an active contract. We're going to go ahead and complete this contract.
Nice doing business with ya.
I was about to say, finish the job. Some ogres are content to get a contract, earn some coin. Oh, we already saw that one. 5,000 more coin for us. You made good in your contract, wreaking all manner of devastation upon the target and gaining the required client satisfaction in the allotted time. The contract's rewards are now yours. 4,200 treasury and some meat. The contract ends. Your previous job has ended, yet the fate of your ex-client's enemies is still in your hands. Making peace with those who once yet opposed you could even lead to them becoming your new employers. But you could also just put them out of your misery and finish them off once and for all. No, we're gonna go ahead and make peace. Job's done. And then we'll go ahead and hand Salzenmund.
Greetings on behalf of the Empire. Now what brings you here with a sheathed blade?
Oh, can I not give them Salzenmund? If it's my last settlement, can I not give it over?
Need does.
What if I just abandon it?
I will listen.
Can I not? I guess I can't give them my final settlement. Huh. Okay. This must have just become... Oh, it became my capital. That will be why. Well, I guess we're keeping Salzenmund then.
Ready.
Here we get a woodsman's hut. That's not bad. Construction costs for all buildings. I wonder if that helps with meat, too. I wonder. Here at the Norden camp, we're absolutely going for the loot horde into also the late store. Get us some fire bellies.
To crush something.
Nothing else here for now until we get access to the Maneater building. So soon. We don't want to pack up just yet because there might be goodies for us to do. So let's go on into our contracts. We could either join Hawkland, Brotherhood of the Bear, or the Ice Court. Because we're going to be joining Hawkland then. Against the forces of the Fecundites. 6,000 treasury, that is a heap. We call upon the far-famed Golgfag of the Maneaters to bolster our offensive against our enemies. Sow fear into their hearts and rain destruction upon their lands. For all of this, the Maneaters will be compensated accordingly. Indeed.
There better be gold at the end.
Well, it should be. We are now joining Hawkland at war with their foes. Of course, if Hawkland gets wiped out, we lose it, right?
Approach and make your offer.
Okay, we need to teleport down there then, don't we? How far does the camp go? Not far enough. It'll take 5 turns before we can deploy it again. It's a little bit unfortunate. And only Golgfag actually has the ability to teleport like that. So let's go ahead and... I need units before we move on. Ah, it's so unfortunate we have to go through global. we do anything about that here?
I'm the
No.
boss. Got it?
Can we get back into the radius? Oh, we can. Sweet.
I spy loot.
As long as the Fecundites don't win next turn and take out our contractees. Granted, that wouldn't be that big a deal, but I'd prefer to
Tyrant,
not lose it.
challenge me.
Alright, so, oh, we got a good bit of meat to transfer too.
I'm the greatest.
I guess we don't have that much. We will transfer 140 back to the camp. Kevin can transfer pretty much all of his. Yeah, he's not a hungry boy at all. Northern camp is looking good now. Perfect. Golgfag, come on in, and let's grab... I think we do want more blood vultures. The fact that they don't rampage is what makes them so useful. So, blood vultures it is. We'll have 2 blood vultures, we'll have 4 of them, for kind of like our flying cavalry. And then we'll grab a couple more Noblars for an anvil. Because we need plenty of anvil troops.
Biggest gut in the land.
Biggest gut in the land. We already have the bullpen.
Still works.
Having the Noblars box may not be a bad call. Dismember up to Massacre and Meat Feast. Let's go ahead and save the meat we have there. I'll eat this whole stinking world.
What?
Nordland would like to
Approaches
trade.
friend,
Sounds
and make
good.
your offer.
We do have to keep in mind, though, that the more of these non-aggression packs we make, we'll have to pay them.
So,
No one wants to just
the
trade.
Empire.
We'll go ahead and at least make deals with Auckland
Greetings
for
on
now,
behalf of the Empire. Who calls?
and then we will keep out of any kind of commitments with anyone else. We'll pretty much only be trading permanently with other ogres. Because the ogres are coming to get ya. When you go take down the Black Pit, we get a Hunter's Talon. Ooh, the worst spell in the game. Meat for Kevin. We're already on our way to the Brass Keep, don't you worry. Once we earn 5 big names, though, we'll get Tyrants with titles, a good chunk of treasury, and a nice bit of armor.
Why not, right?
Why not?
I know of hidden paths.
Legendary plan.
He's a whispery ogre.
I better have me tent ready.
I better have me think ready. Watch, they've moved on over. They're gonna go take down our camp here. So we're gonna grab Mr. Maneater. He is all set up. A strange army, but we'll take it for now. And then we'll show off the teleport down here to Crudenwald. That's over here. We do this once per contract. Beautiful. He retains most of his movement. Oh, you were so lucky, Festus. You would be doomed. Oh, hang on now. He might still be. Extra movement. I don't know if we want both. That would be actually. It's gonna be useful. 40 meat. Oh, we still can't reach. Oh, we do have the tunneling stance though, and dragging them into the underways could be very interesting. Yeah, let's go underway right here in the middle. Force them to make a choice.
Back to travel.
And if they want to attack us, I don't mind at all. They try to surround us in the underway battles, that we can just crunch that second army before they even do anything. We have, we're going to leave off with a pretty excellent point here. I'm going to go ahead and come on into our Norden camp, though, and grab a couple more units just to allow it to hold the line. Are they free inside the camp? Oh, wow. So they just cost... the original amount to recruit them. Let's go ahead and grab... Or am I... No, they absolutely do. Let's grab a couple of Iron Fists through here. One more review and a blood vulture.
Oh, mine.
Want that camp defended.
Money bag.
Kevin, we're going to go ahead and give you just some Noblars to start.
For the Empire!
You hold out in cells in 1 to 4. Now just keep the control. And if they do rebel, you can go ahead and bop them on the noggin and take their souls. Let's give it one intern here.
What?
Love to do some more trading, but no one wants to. And our trade is mostly combat. Give it an intern, see if Festus wants to come in and fight.
Your demise
Please.
is certain.
Oh, we went for it. And are we in the underway? We are. Okay, so we can't see where the reinforcements are coming from, but that is exactly what I wanted. Festus packed into a tight spot where we can kind of force him all into one side with all our Noblars, circle around with our Ogres, and smash the brakes off. Thank you all so much for stopping by the very first episode for our Maneaters campaign. If you all enjoyed the video, please remember to leave a like for the Light God and a sub for the sub, and I will see you all in the next one.